today I'm going to be recreating Madison Beer's Vogue makeup tutorial.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. If you're new here, I am really excited for this video because I've heard so much about this tutorial and I am excited to see what it looks like on me and give you guys my honest reactions, and maybe you guys will want to try it out for yourselves as well. Before we get into the video, if you are not already following me on Instagram and TikTok, be sure to do that. My username is @HannahWarling, and let's get started. So I've already done my skincare routine. This is just my clean face and this is what I'm going to start with. The first thing that she does is she does soap brows. I am going to be using a Laura Mercier product. This, I believe, is just their eyebrow gel, so I'll brush out my brows with this first. This is just what it looks like. I really like this product and I think it works really well for holding brows, and it will look approximately the same. So I'm just gonna brush my brows out like that. She really likes to get them like really fluffy. So now my brows are pretty well brushed out. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure why she does this part first because she's gonna be going over everything else on her face after this, so I feel like it would mess it up. So next we're gonna be doing a light moisturizer, not quite like a foundation, but just something with a little bit of color in it. She uses something different, but I have the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer, and this one I'm just going to put all over my face. So she uses a beauty blender for this part, but I have to be honest, I do not like using beauty blenders. I think they're too harsh on my skin, so I'm just going to use my fingers to blend this in instead. So after that's all blended in, she goes in with a concealer. I am going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer in the color Fair. This is just what I use on an everyday, like, normal basis. I'm just gonna start by dabbing this underneath the eye. She does a lot. She kind of comes down on the sides of her nose as well. So I'm going to do that too. So this is approximately what hers looks like. She again uses a beauty blender, but I'm not going to do that for this. So I'll just blend it in with my fingers as best I can, and then hopefully blend that all in. This is definitely way more concealer than what I usually like to use, but I feel like this is like a trust the process type situation. So then we are just going to cover up any blemishes and spots that we have. So once everything is blended in, she goes in with a contour. So I'm going to use the Laura Mercier 5N concealer, and this one is really good for contouring for me because it's a much darker color than my skin tone. I am just going to make some dots on my cheeks. She makes them pretty high, so I'm just gonna do 2 like that on either side. And then she does some right up here as well. And she uses, again, a beauty blender, but I don't like beauty blenders, so this is just what we're going to do instead. And so I feel like this actually looks really good. I was not sure about this much contour, but it looks really, really nice. Next, she goes in with a blush. This one is the Glossier Cloud Paint that I'm going to use. I'm just going to put this across my cheek. She uses a lot of this stuff, so I'm gonna try and kind of emulate the amount that she's using for hers. So once she's done that, then she just goes in and blends it out. I'm gonna use a brush for this one. This actually blended out really, really nicely. It looks way more subtle than I thought it would. Next, she goes in with a powder, so I'm gonna use another Laura Mercier product. I love them. This is just their translucent setting powder. It looks like this. She powders just underneath her eyes and then her T-zone, so that's what we're gonna do, and then to cover up any spots as well. Next, she goes in with a bronzer. I'm gonna be using another Laura Mercier product. This is the Bronze 2 color, and this is what it looks like. It's super pretty and I think perfect for something like this. So she just goes in and she bronzes the same places that she went in with the contour, so that's gonna be right on the cheeks here. So then she goes in again with her bronzer, and again I'm gonna just use the same one. I'm gonna use a small eyeshadow brush though, because I don't have one of the smaller like fluffy brushes she uses for this, and she contours her nose. So we're gonna go either side of the nose, across here, and then down right on the tip as well. I feel like those lines are a little harsh, so I'm just gonna blend it with my bronzer brush a little bit just to kind of make sure that everything gets blended out nicely. Next, she goes in with a powder blush, so I'm gonna go in with this one from Milani. It is in 08 Tea Rose. That's the color. I really like this one. I don't usually use powdered blushes anymore, but it will be interesting to use this one because I really like the color. She just goes over again, kind of all over her cheeks. Next, she goes in with her makeup palette, but I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. First, she goes in with kind of like a darker, like almost like mid-range brown. So I think for that, I'm going to be using this one and kind of mixing them together and then blending that just into the crease like she is. So then she goes in with a lighter shade for the corner in the middle of her eye. So I'm just going to blend these two together. So that's Blow and Pregame, and I'm going to mix those and put them right in the corner and to the middle of my eye as well, and that will just be on the lid. So I feel like the next part is the most challenging part to get right, and that is the inner corner. So I'm going to use Lockout and Lethal, so this kind of darker brown and then a really dark brown, and I'm going to put it on this little angled brush, and then we're going to go into the corner and try and get that look. She said that she looks either down or straight forward to try and get the right angle on this. So I think I got the inner corner eyeliner pretty well. I'm just going to draw a little bit of a line up, kind of like there's another eyelash right there, and that's going to be the kind of corner eyeliner. So we're going to do that next. So the eyeliner is now on. I think that the wings look really nice. I like that part a lot. I'm still not sure about the inner corner, but maybe once we put some mascara on it, it will look a little bit better. Then she goes in with some highlighter. So this is the Glossier Play. So she actually uses this in the tutorial, which I really like. Next, she does mascara. I'm going to go in with two different ones. The first one is the Laura Mercier Caviar Volume. I really like this one. These are just what I use for my everyday. And then the second one is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This one is really, really great as well, and together they look really nice. So I'm going to start with the Laura Mercier one and then follow up with the Maybelline. And she just applies this directly. She doesn't use any lash curlers or anything. I usually do, but we will see how this looks. Next, she does some highlighter in her inner corner. So I'm going to use another Laura Mercier. This is the Iridescent. This is just a highlighter, and I'm going to put that right underneath the liner in the inner corner of my eye. I like this just to lighten all of that up because I feel like right now it's like quite dark. Then she goes in and overlines her lips. I am not going to do that because I don't have a lip liner with me, but I'm going to use the Too Faced Melted Latex Liquid like lipstick, and I'm going to use this to kind of go over my lips because it's pretty close to my natural lip color. So once that's done, then she goes over it with a lip gloss. This one is the Laura Mercier Cosmic. I really like this one. I use this one pretty much every day. I think it's so pretty and cute. So we're going to go in with this one, and we're just going to go over all of that color just to kind of blend it more into our lip. So this is the final look. I have to say I do really like it. I feel like it's a little bit dramatic for my everyday wear though, so it's probably not something that I would wear as my everyday, especially with the inner corners. However, I did love contouring. I thought that looked so good, and I definitely want to start doing that a little bit more in my everyday makeup. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this little makeup tutorial and review. If you guys have not yet subscribed or checked out my other videos already, be sure to head over to my channel to do that. I have more hair care, fashion, skincare, and more, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!